We're in Belgium once again for today's round of the Formula One World Championship. It's a race that the great Ayrton Senna won 6 times, and in 2019, Charles Leclerc became the first driver to take their maiden win here since Michael Schumacher back in 1992. Spa-Francorchamps is a 4.35-mile tour of the Ardennes countryside, with 9 rights and 10 lefts, giving us a grand total of 19 corners. Average lap speeds in the dry can reach about 145 miles per hour, but without a significant improvement in the conditions, we're not going to be seeing anything like that today. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Sainz, Fernando Alonso, and Bottas, Verstappen, the owner driver, Gasly, and Sebastian Vettel, Ocon, Perez, and Sir Lewis Hamilton, and Stroll. Tsunoda, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Ricciardo, Alex Albon, and Kevin Magnussen. Oscar Piastri, Joe, Mick Schumacher, they've taken a grid penalty, and Nicholas Latifi. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. Anthony Davidson, a very warm welcome to you as you join me in the commentary box for today's event. Let's talk about Mercedes. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do, and that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
After the points finished last race, let's aim to keep that momentum going. Okay, how was that pull away? You'll have a bit more grip than that on the start, but we need to warm the tyres properly now. Make sure you get some heat into the brakes as well. The rain's getting lighter now, but it's going to take a while for the track to dry out. Okay, good parking there, mate. Now we need to make sure we get a great launch as the race starts. Okay, so that's the rest of the grid forming up now. Be patient and watch for those lights. Okay, we've reached a worrying level of wear on the internal combustion engine. Let's try and keep the revs down. Early upshifts, later downshifts, please. Okay, we've held position on lap 1. That's not great, but it's not terrible. Stay focused. Okay, we're hitting the rated limits on the MGUH. The power unit is going to be more prone to overheating. Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy. The energy store's depleting, reducing our overall capacity. The more charge you hold, the faster that capacity will drop. You're pulling out a second a lap on the car behind. Really good stuff. looks like it's probably about time we change tyres. It's a bit of a crossover period for sure, but the longer we stay, the worse it's going to get. ETA on this rain clearing up is about 10 minutes, so just keep your concentration out there, you're doing well. Inters look like the best tyre for now. ETA on this rain clearing up is about 10 minutes, so just keep your concentration out there, you're doing well. Alonso's ahead of you, and gap to the car in front is 7.8 seconds. They're on old wets. Their tyres are 3 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Time last lap was a 2 minutes 01.7. We're 2.5 seconds slower right now, come on. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 3.4 seconds. They're on old wets. They're in 15th. Your last lap time was a 2:04.1. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Okay, gap ahead is 10.5 seconds. Oscar is into the pit lane. Oscar in the pits. New strategy available on the MFD. Copy. Other teams are fitting intermediate time. Are you all right? Engine off, engine off.
That's a fantastic performance from Ferrari. It hardly looked in doubt. Well, Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today, but what set them apart from the rest?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
And here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race today, and a stunning win for Ferrari. Let's have a quick look at how the drivers' standings have changed. That's a positive result for George Russell, who further solidifies his position at the top of the standings. Well, after an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Daniel Ricciardo certainly impressed me today, an incredible performance.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Ferrari take the lead at the top of the table. There was also a strong showing from the McLaren team today as they make their way up the standings. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.